Alright, so my friend Brendan called me as I was about to start filming this, and Brandon, well, he has 3 kids and was about to get his basement spray foamed. And all he asked me was this: is this stuff safe for my kids? And that's the real rub when it comes to closed cell spray foam. We know it performs really well for various applications. It has a built-in air barrier, resists mold, rot, moisture. It has a really high R value per inch. So it will also help you save money and energy through its liberal use. But for those benefits, we also know that it's also one of the more expensive types of insulation out there. So is it worth it? Now with that in mind, what we don't know a lot about is, 1, how safe is it for occupants of a home that has spray foam installed? And 2, just what kind of impact does it really have on the environment? In this video, we're going to dive into just that. We're going to focus on the unknowns. Now first, let me tell you why spray foam has been a preferred choice for many over the years. Spray foam can fill small cracks, gaps, and crevices. It's one of the better choices for older homes that have porous surfaces or even damaged structure. Spray foam can also be installed over any surface, even upside down. This makes it a super flexible option and usually one of the better options for insulating something like an unfinished basement. Spray foam is one of the best insulators per square inch. It's dense and fills small spaces, so it insulates and acts as an air barrier that seals walls, floors, and ceiling cavities against airflow. Now on to the first big unknown. What are the health impacts? It's no secret that spray foam is a cocktail of chemicals that come primarily from the oil industry. Some cocktails are different than others, so there's good reason to be informed about what kind of cocktail you're getting in if spray foam is something that you're considering having installed in your home. Now, the biggest potential health danger for spray foam is largely present during the installation process, which is why you'll see installers wear full body gear and respiratory devices. That's because exposure to spray foam during the blowing process can bring on asthma, lung damage, skin and eye irritation, and other respiratory issues. Aerosols and vapors and even dust from unreacted chemicals are also potential hazards. Now that's during the installation process, but what about after? Spray foam is a 2-component chemical process. There's a part A and a part B. Part A, which is methylene diphenyl diisocyanate, or MDIs, are well researched, and those are the health hazards that I actually mentioned earlier. Part B, though, are made of amines, which are under-researched, and little is really known about these chemicals on their own. So it's a bit of a question mark. That said, when the chemicals are properly prepared and precisely mixed under the right site conditions, these chemicals will have a complete reaction eventually and become inert, ceasing to off-gas. Now, if that's been done properly, you can't just walk into your house the day of install. You should wait at least 24 to 72 hours before re-entry and make sure the space has been properly ventilated during the process. So if you have kids and are getting spray foam installed, we definitely recommend spending a few extra days at grandma and grandpa's until the house is safe to re-enter. Now, the other unknown are the potential impacts to the environment. So let's dive into that a bit further. First, we know that spray foam comes from the petrochemical industry. So that means we already know it has a very high embodied energy footprint. It's a petrochemical product and can't be recycled after it's been used. The blowing agents that are used in the recipe are often the culprit, and there's a measure associated to this, which is global warming potential, or GWP for short. Now, in traditional spray foam, that number is actually in the thousands, and in newer spray foams, though, innovation has made it possible to get that number down below 5. This particular one has a GWP number of just 1. Now, just to be safe, be sure to request a product that has a lower GWP from your installer. And no, it will not cost any more for a lower GWP spray foam. The last crucial piece of information, if you're considering spray foam, is all about the cost. Now, the rumors are true here. Spray foam does typically land at the high end of the cost scale. That said, cost variance is also pretty dramatic. Usually, typical projects are somewhere in the $1.50 to $5 per square foot of coverage, assuming an inch of foam is installed. Ultimately, I think some of you won't be fazed with the information provided here today and trust that your spray foam and installer are safe and environmental footprint from installation is negligible. Others, though, I think will see spray foam as having certain risks that need to be well accounted for. If you're looking for a high-performing insulation with great R value per inch, with great air leakage performance, and aren't as concerned about the health or environmental risks, that spray foam will be a great option for you. On the flip side though, if your health and the environment are your top criteria for an insulation product, then there are definitely other types out there that will be a better fit for you. With a similar type of application and largely unknown to the market just yet is Aircrete, a spray foam alternative for those concerned with the potential health implications of typical spray foam. And that's a video for another time. So that's our video today, folks. Feel free to ask questions in the comments below and subscribe, or check us out, of course, at buildwithrise.com, your resource for sustainable home improvement. Thanks, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button below, and also check out buildwithrise.com, the only place to turn any home improvement project into a sustainable one.